자, 그녀를 보냈고 배로 군대놀이 만들기. 뭔 소리야 이건. 거점에서 아미렐리 만들기. 배로 군대놀이를 만드는 건 뭐야 도대체가. 그러면은 일단 배로 가서 배로 가서 자, 군대놀이를 만들래요. 군대놀이. 군대놀이가 뭐야? 아밀러리 화면 만들기. 앞으로는 이동시킬 수 있습니다를 스타본의 습격 은을 설치한 곳에서 발생하기 쉬워. 뭔 소리야? 아, 습격이 발생하기 쉬워진다. 아밀러리는 이베이 스크랩 제거하기. 제거하기는 뭐야? 아티팩트 추가하기. 제거하기. 그 다음에 숙소로 돌아가라고? 유물의 새 보금자리를 찾았다. 숙소로 돌아가자. 새 보금자리가 뭔데? 또는 거점에서 만들기? 거점이 없으니 어쩔 수 없다. 그냥 이렇게 해야지 뭐. 해석이 진짜 이 부분 많이 이상하네요. 그러고 보니 거점을 하나도 한 번도 안 만들어 봤는데. 왜? 어떻게 하라는 거야? 다 막혔네? 트램 타고 가야 되는 건가? 마스트 지구.
It's done. Let's head home. Another day, another credit.
네. 저기 무장을 왜 굿발이 일리 안 오고 또 달리게 만들어? 박살이 났나? 아닌데? 박살 안 났는데? 안드레아의 재산이 로치 지하로 옮겨졌습니다. 뭐 가족이 있는 게 없을 텐데. 동료의 그걸 회수하라고? 지하 어디에 있다는 거야? 여기? 여기 안에 있다는 건가? 맞나 보네. 캬. 안드레아 의류. 아, 옷까지. 뭐야? 자, 그 다음에 어떡하라고? 이제 뭘 해야 되나? 미션 높은 대가 마테오와 대화하기.
If I may, I know our encounter with the hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind. Unity. Do you remember that?
아티팩트와 관련이 있겠지.
Exactly. Somehow. The thing is, I've heard that word before. It's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas's speeches.
The priest? Is the Sanctum Universum going to bless our little crusade of discovery?
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but why not talk to him?
성균관대학교는 원래 어디 있을까? 갑자기 왜 성균관대학교? 확실히 우연이라고는 생각하기 어렵다. 해보지.
There's no harm in gathering more information. A visit to the sanctum might actually be quite enlightening.
Thank you. I know it's not much to go on, but something about this feels right. I'll meet you over there.
No more stars already shown. When you have
I've been lost in thought.
그러면은 승무원 바레트로 넣어야겠죠? 사람오건 다 미배치네? 그럼 사람오건을 바레트로 넣어야지. 우주선 공학 입자 빈무기 시스템 파스코 차폐 시스템 사람오건 우주학 리더십 식물학 샘코 둘박 선박 한박 둘밖에 안 되는 거였나 원래? 셋 아니었나? 화물칸에다가 의료 중에 안드레아 의료를 넣어야겠죠? 이걸 머스마가 입고 다니기는 영 그렇지. 그러니까 얘를 응? 프론티어 소지품 의료 넣기가 안 되나? 왜 안 되지? 화물칸에 꽉 찼나? 아닌데 안 꽉 찼는데? 의료를 자원을 여기 우주선이 아니지? 그럼 사람 먹어놓고 같이 가는 건가? 계속?
Remember our last conversation, when you told me the artifacts made you feel like you were being pulled across the entire galaxy? Well, it got me thinking, so I dove into our archives and started looking through Constellation's older journal entries. Just because I wasn't familiar with the experience you described doesn't mean the same might have been true for my predecessor.
선임자가 있는지 몰랐다.
Really? I'm surprised that I haven't. After reading those journals, all of the pleasant memories of my time spent with Aja just started flooding back.
맞아?
Aja Mamasa. She was the youngest member of Constellation when it was founded. Only took her 15 years to reach chair. Sorry, I sometimes get so caught up in my own bubble, I forget that I wasn't the first.
훌륭한 사람이었겠지.
Ah, she absolutely was. Aja was the one that taught me the ropes at Constellation and took me under her wing as her protege.
신의에서 눈을 뗄 수 없었을지도 모르겠다. 뭔 소리야? 보스와 함께 일할 수 있어서 영광이었을 것이다.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I adopted her methods. You know, Aja and I logged quite a few interesting discoveries together. But it was the journey itself that I'll never forget.
공감할 수 있어.
Exactly. For me, it was all about the quieter moments. There was nothing quite like sitting back and watching space bend while listening to Aja spin vivid stories to fill the time. Oh, I find that sort of cozy isolation the best way to really get to know someone.
확실히 그런 것 같아.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. You know, all this talk about Aja reminds me that my time with her was a gift. I miss her dearly.
죽었나?
No, she retired. Living on Porima 2 now, I think. Come to think of it, if we're ever out that far, perhaps we could pay her a visit, and I could make proper introductions.
알았어.
Well, I don't expect you to be a carbon copy of Aja. Just be yourself. You see, it's clear that we share the same hunger to discover what's out there. And that, well, that's what intrigues me about you.
유혹? 아니 지금 그녀가 간 지가 얼마 안 됐는데 바로 유혹? 그래 유혹하자. 우리의 관계에 대해 더 많은 것을 탐구하고 싶어.
I don't know if I deserve to be that close to anyone right now. If you knew about the things that I've done, the way my life's unfolded, I think your opinion of me might change. Please give me some time. I have to go.
방금 그런 선택지가 나와서 고르고 퀘스트를 진행하다가 분기해서 끽 하고 가는 건가? 그래서 유혹 이 선택지에 나온 이성 캐릭터 혹은 캐릭터가 가는 건가? 사망각? 그런 건가? 메인에서 유니티 수호자 아킬라스와 대화하기. 성역에 있는 수호자 아킬라스와 대화해보자. 성역이 어디야? 성역이면 보통 생추어리 이런 건데 여긴가? 저기 있는데?
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, to pay our respects.
When someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. Do you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels. Understand his pain. Accept it and deliver it not back upon him.
Empathy. You mean empathy? But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can just love a terrible person who has been terrible to them.
Yeah, why even bother? I mean, isn't the cycle of humanity peace and war back and forth, like forever? Seems kind of pointless to try so hard for something that won't last. Nothing ever really changes.
It's not easy, no, but necessary. Because you see, everything has changed. God has given us the intelligence, the ingenuity to reach into the stars, to travel his path, to truly find him. But we can't do it alone. The only way is through
Unity.
Ah, yes, Andreas. Yes. Unity. Well, I'm sure you all have other things to do. Thank you for taking the time to stop and talk with me.
He's given me a lot to think about.
수호자 아킬라스.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Ah, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
뭐뭐에 대해 이야기하고 싶다.
Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
Are you a member? Keeper Aquilus seems to know what he's talking about.
왜 맡고 있니? 어? 와, 위기구만.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
그것은 한 가지 특이한 것을 발견한 것에서 시작되었어. 유물.
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
나는 탐험가 이제 신관이 아니라.
Now wait. I know it's frustrating to be in the dark, but if you're willing to struggle for just a bit longer, I think I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
저 순례자는 스타본?
I'm not sure if he was, but if what you're looking for is connected, then anything might be possible.
그럼 그 이야기를 들어보자. 뭔가 있을 거야.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave.
인피니티가 된담. 특이한 표현이군.
Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story.
별른 가문과 대화하다가 실수. 그들은 위험해. 하지만 그들과 이야기하자.
The Enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
그러면은 일단 반론? 반론 광신도가 있는 제수들과 대화하기. 이쪽 있구만. 요거는 모르겠는데? 아래쪽? 뭐야? 어이? 지하로 내려간다고? 기도가 없으니까 뭐 지하는 그건데 그 지하철 타고 나가는 건데. 그러니까 이렇게 봤을 때 지도를 딱 열면은 어디에 뭐가 있는지 알면 좋은데 그런 게 없어요. 지표문지도 알비. 극성자의 집에 인물과 대화하기. 감옥에 갇힌 내샤와 대화하기. 나가야 되나 그럼? 손박으로 빠른 여행은 아닐 테. 그렇게 해도 되겠구만.
It's good to be back on board.
나가고. 유씨 여기인가 본데?
Security scanners, chemical samples.
맞나? 아 자꾸 이걸 누르네? 아니 지금 여기는 뭐야? 아이템 제작동인 개조하기야? 여기가 아니네 그럼? 여기인가 본데? 에? 여기가 감옥? 아닌데? 이게 뭐 어떻게 되는 거예요? 동서남북이 어디야? 요건가? 응? 뭐야? 아니 저건 정말로 지금 내가 바라보고 있는 방면 위에 있다는 건데? 이쪽에 있다는 건데? 뭐야? 진짜 길을 못 찾아가지고 뭐 대출금을 못 갚았다라는 게 이해가 되네?
Contrary.
이 안에 있나? 깜빵?
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security.
맞구만.
I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
미르지사 맞나?
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
발론이 신앙에 대해 수호자 아킬라스와 이야기를 나눴다고 들었다.
He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
Perhaps you should hear us out before you decide to cast judgment.
The great serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
신념은
Yes, I do.
칭찬해주지.
We both like to keep an open mind.
The knowledge of the great serpent sweeps away all concern. There is only his inevitable return, and those he will spare. Nothing else. You wish to speak of the Keeper's pilgrim, do you not? I will tell you of him, and then you will leave. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the great serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the great serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy and delivers the killing blow. That is all.
그 유니티라는 단어의 의미를 알고 싶다.
I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the great serpent casts to deceive the faithless.
그 신에게는 죽이는 것 이상의 무언가가 있을 것이다.
Strength and conviction show your worthiness to the great serpent. The kill is not as important as showing there is no doubt. I grow tired of speaking. Leave me.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
뭔데?
Look, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you. The fact
갑자기
that
여기서?
you risked your life to save me, I don't know what to say.
너도 마찬가지였겠지.
Well, yes, of course. But that's beside the point. My only wish is that my rescue hadn't come at the expense of Andresia's life. Though I didn't know her well, I've always sympathized with her struggle to fit in with the rest of us. Now she'll never get that chance.
널 아무도 비난하지 않아.
I don't have to. I blame myself. Our charter at Constellation has always been to analyze the unknown, but rarely at the expense of our members' lives. Yet all the while, I've been cavalier about taking risks and pushing the boundaries, not appreciating the true cost of my actions. Had I not pushed so hard to pursue the Starborn, perhaps none of this would have happened at all, and Andrasia would still be alive.
스타본이 공격해 온 거지. 너의 잘못이 아니야.
Of course I can. Damn it! Why is this happening to us? We're explorers. Our curiosity pushes us to seek answers to life's mysteries. It's one of the core traits of humankind. Yet in return, this is what the universe throws at us. Beings from God knows where who are trying to murder us. Why? What have we done wrong?
운이 나빴을 뿐이다.
No, I refuse to allow Andrasia's death to be attributed to bad luck. It isn't fair. The question is, where do we go from here? Do we stop exploring? Stop pushing the boundaries? Take a more aggressive posture towards the universe? I don't know where to begin.
지금까지 해왔던 대로 하는 거지. 애초에 잘못한 게 없다. 다만 앞으로는 좀 더 신중하게.
Agreed. I just hope it's enough caution that we don't leave ourselves open to another attack. Well, I suppose that's all I had on my mind for now. It was a relief to get all of that out in the open. I'm sorry I got so angry. But I assure you, it's nothing personal. You're the only one I feel comfortable talking with about these things.
Okay.
Good. Because I expect this won't be the last time I intend to cry on your shoulder or scream in your face. Well, we have a long road ahead of us. I suppose it's high time we get back to work.
쉽게 말하면 안드레아가 죽던가 얘가 죽던가 둘 중에 하나를 고르는 것 같네.
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
그 다음에 이쪽으로 가가지고 80m? 승선택 우물? 응? 여기가 아니야? 올라가는 걸로 돼 있는데? 각성자 집에 임무가 대화하기. 각성자의 집. 각성자의 집이 어디 있지? 여기구만.
Let me know if I can help you.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the well. A lot of people in need. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
소자 아키라스에게 들었다. 순례자에 관한 이야기를 하고 싶다.
We don't mean to be intrusive. Any information you could provide would be very useful.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilas is describing.
예전에 이 문제를 수호자 아킬라스와 이야기한 적이 있는가?
Yeah, I mean, he's always going on about trying to bring people of all beliefs together. Really wants there to be some shared story or origin. Look, I like the Keeper, but belief is the problem, okay? We don't need a shared narrative or theology. We need to help each other in practical terms.
좋아.
A man walks into the first house of enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
각자가 이해해야 할 것은 제 인물이 어떻게 하면 더 높은 곳으로 끌어올릴 수 있는가라는 말을 무슨 뜻일까? 이 뭔 소리야?
It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us.
그 말 속에는 어떤 메시지가 숨겨져 있는지도 모른다. 콩을 싫어한다.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
뭐뭐뭐에 대해 이야기할 것이 있는가? 그 의미는?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or in mathematics it would mean one, like the one, the first at the beginning.
고맙군. 많은 것을 생각하게 해줬어.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
수호자 아킬라스에게 돌아가기. 뭔가 굉장히 철학적인 내용을 이야기하는데 뭔 소리인지 하나도 모르겠어요. 자, 트램역으로 가서 갑자기 또 뻐벅거려. 이쪽이었던가? 맞다. 헐? 뭐야, 여긴. 왜 박살이 나있지? 아, 그건가 보다. 희생자 위령소 아닌가? 그런 느낌인데?
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in those stories?
그냥 모르겠던데? 이야기 속에서 순례자는 무한한 어젠다만 생각하는데 무슨 의미가 있을까? 이거는 얘가 한 이야기고 각성자의 이야기에는 두 번째와 이라는 단어가 등장했다.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn?
발른 광신도에게 물어보니까 지난 120일 동안 4번이나 싸웠다고 한다.
If there really is a location the pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else?
이야기 속에서 순리자는 무한한 아덴담을 생각하는데 무슨 의미가 있을까?
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
인담, 별개의 이름이다. 그런 거였어?
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum, at 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
분명히 무언가 신성한 것이 있다.
Ah, but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a force that brings things together. Should that be sanctified?
아니 그건 단순한 자연의 힘이다 라는 것보단 더 큰 것 같다.
It is one of the great contradictions of belief. We feel the presence of something out there, but we insist that it is also everywhere. So you think this word unity describes that divine unknowableness that the pilgrim searched for?
Ancient humans thought the concept of gravity was miraculous. Until we know more about the unity, we also could be jumping to the wrong conclusions.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
뭐라는 건지. 어쨌든 인담 두 번째 행성 4에 120 그런 뜻이죠? 인담 2로 가다. 점프.
Time for a nap before we leave?
여기로 간다. 다시 이제 안식처로 가다. 착륙. 왜 이따위로 만들어놨냐고.
Landing now.
자, 일어나게 한 다음에 아이템 정리를 좀 하고.
Do you need something?
아이템 정리. 자원을 싹 다 넣고 그 다음에 의류에서 안드레아 옷을 넣고 우주도적은 두고 가방도 얘 넣고. 오, 뭔가 확 올라갔는데? 나머지는 버릴 게 131? 왜 131이나 있지? 무기가 많아서 그런가? 일량으로? 세신 메일스트롬 44발 13발 67 67 똑같은 게 두 개네? 44 13 11 아크 용접기 둠스톤 67 358 564 97 50 무기는 다 챙겨 놔야 될 것 같고 그 123인데 뭐가 이렇게 많지? 우주복 아니지 우주화가 봤네. 아닌데? 얘들 봤는데? 회복 때문에 그런가? 기타? 회복? 이거 선박부품 이것 때문에 그렇구만. 10짜리가 3개나 들어있어서 위에 놓고 음 93 무기는 헷갈려. 일단은 많이 있는 게 요건데 얘도 맞네? 얘도 맞네? 16짜리? 얘로 하자. 얘를 첫 번째에다 넣고 얘는 넣고 탄환을 얘를 얘를 두 번째에 넣자. 됐어. 여기서 뭐하니?
Captain, greetings.
무슨 비행기가 저기 안고 있는 거지? 우라늄, 베릴륨, 술래자의 안식처로 가다. 뭐가 튀어나오지 않나? 힘픈데?
Look at all this. Whoever lived at this homestead seemed to have settled in for the long haul.
나는 무기를 갈아보고 여기가 술래자의 안식처. 저장. 빠른 저장.
Got anything on your scanner?
레피드 레이저백, 자석, 폴리머. 순례자의 설명 3. 오늘 조교가 차분한 목소리로 무슨 일이 있느냐 물었다. 난 소리를 지르는 것을 억누르기에 바빴고 어떤 오해를 하면 그런 질문을 하게 되는지 이해할 수 없었다. 뭔 소리냐? 뭔가 책을 모아야 되나? 뭐야? 또 있네? 4번. 드디어 잠시나마 평화가 찾아왔다. 평화의 울타리는 없다. 뭔 소리야? 뭔가가 요 근처를 다니면서 책을 찾아야 하는 것 같군요. 지금 3, 4였고 그럼 1, 2가 있다는 건데 이 집 안에 있나? 들어갈 수 있나? 있구나. 여기에 뭐라도 있겠죠? 1. 순례자의 설명. 평범한 인류의 멍청하고 정직한 단순함에는 항상 놀라움을 금치 못한다. 등등등. 뭐지? 체력 회복. 덩어리 감자? 꾹 열렸네? 여기서 여기 있다. 2번인가 보다. 5번이네? 그의 다양한 각오와 나의 미래에 대해서 생각하게 된다. 이들을 계속 나아가고 힘같이 시끄럽고 나 자신이 성장하는 모습을 상상했다. 등등등. 페이지가 또 있네? (2번을) 찾아야 되는데 그럼? 순례자의 컴퓨터 사용하다. 개인실이 잠금 해제되었습니다. 올바른 대답을 원한다면 어떤 질문을 해야 하는지 알고 있을 것이다. 유니티란 인류에 대한 부담. 인류는 필요하다. 하지만 인류는 어리석다. 강력한 적은 누구도 아니다. 이씨 찍어야지 또. 언제 그걸 다 알고 있어. 메모해야 돼? 유니티 필요하지만 어리석다. 헌트 너무 뻔한가? 유니티는 어리석고 나 자신이다. 지속적인 만족감은 이거 성장하고 나 강해지고 아니야? 다시. 그러면 처음에 유니티 인류는 필요하고 결국 다툰다? 어리석다. 나 자신 멈추고 자비로운 마음. 아직도 찾을 의향이 있다면 나의 마지막 일부가 옆방에 있다. 맨 마지막 일부가 어디 있는데? 요건가? 응. 아이. 너무 휙휙 움직이잖아. 마지막 설명. 2번 못 찾아낸 것 같은데? 정답을 알 수 없다. 앞으로도 계속 알 수 없을지도 모른다. 하지만 점점 모르는 것이 편안해졌다. 생각하기를 그만두었다. 여기에 이 세상에 이 세대에 살고 있다는 것을 생각하면 생각할수록 나는 바로 여기에 있어야 한다고 생각하게 되었다. 등등등등등등등 놓고 하이라2에서는 섬이 전갈을 숨기고 전갈의 바늘이 진실을 감춘다. 섬이 전갈을 숨기고 전갈의 바늘이 진실을 감춘다. 여기서 전갈의 바늘을 찾아라. 잡지다. 그러면 여긴 다 돌은 것 같은데 2번 빼고 이번 책은 딴 데 있나? 위층에 있나? 으이 점프 그치. 여기 있나? 여기 있다. 여기 2번인가 보다. 맞네. 그럼 1번부터 5번까지 다 일단 모으긴 했는데 무슨 의미가 있지? 가야 할 곳은 하이라2에서 전갈의 바늘을 찾아봅시다. 일리 가려면은 미개층 루트구만. 가까운 성계로 가려면은 여기까지 못 간다는 거지? 여기 갈 수 있나? 점프 가능하고
Off right away, or do you need a little bit of time?
또 점프. 성계에서 가고자 하는 곳은 이쪽인데 클릭스 하나하나 움직여 가야 돼. 점프. 바로 점프 가능한가? 잠깐만. 바로 점프가 곧바로 점프가 가능해야 돼. 점프 고고고. 바로 가자. 지금 싸울 수가 없어. 튀어 그치. 또 왔어. 또야. 이번에는 한 번 더. 오피온 점프. 연속 점프다. 자, 맞고 코페르니쿠스? 잠깐, 그러면 이거 좀 볼까? 스캐닝? 뭐 없는데? 물밖에 없는데? 이제 여기로 헤이라로 점프. 계속 로딩 화면만 열심히 나오는구나. 자, 받고 이제 좀 밑으로 들어가야 되는데 헤이라 별개 이렇게 하면은 고대 유적지로 가서 상륙. 풍선 나가기. 나가자마자 벌레 한 마리가.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
응? 굳이? 제일 싸야 될 것 같은데 느낌이? 성공만 아니면 뭐 굳이?
What an incredibly beautiful sculpture. I suspect it was placed here for some sort of specific purpose rather than as an artistic statement.
레이스 블러드 바인.
Scan any promising leads?
일단은 벌레들은 피해서 가는 걸로 하고, 으차 지키고 있는 것 같은데? 뭐 돌아가네? 짧네? 이게? 이게 뭐야? 이게 전거리 바늘이야? 상용 문자 시작. 뭘 시작을 해? 응? 뭐지? 올라가는 거야? 아, 그게 뭐 전갈에 뭐 시기가 그랬는데? 퍼즐이구만. 근데 어떻게 풀어야 되지? 여기서 뭐 끝을 이렇게 가져오면 되는 건가? 아닌 것 같은데? 왼쪽에 뭐가 있나? 뭘까? 전갈의 바늘을 찾아라. 섬이 전갈을 숨기고 전갈의 바늘이 지시를 숨긴다. 전갈의 바늘은 이거잖아. 이거 어떻게 하라고? 이게 전갈의 바늘이구만. 어떻게 하라고? 여기다 뭐 써야 돼? 꽝? 아닌데? 왠지 얘를 돌리는 것 같은데 뭔가? 돌려서 요 꼬리 얘를 여기다 받쳐야 될 것 같은데 그게 어떻게 가능하지? 이게 뭐지 얘는? 상행 문자 시작. 뭐 달라진 게 없는데? 움직인다, 움직인다. 요거가 에이? 헷갈려. 잠깐. 됐다. 여기서 안 가는데? 뭐지? 뭐야 이게? 이거 뭐지? 갈 수 있는데 한계가 있네? 어떻게 하라는 거지? 들어간다. 됐다. 만지면 되는 건가? 찾았는데 어떡하라고? 만져? 어이? 그 다음에 어떻게? 미션 정갈 자리에 마지막 별에 가라. 어쨌든 요건 했고 여기까지 가야 되니까 이것도 어디야? 그러면은 우주선을 타고 이렇게 또 가라. 우주선한테 가야겠네? 뛰어가야 되나? 아니면은 그렇지. 여긴 지금 한 거고 선박한테 가서
After you, Captain.
자, 가야 될 곳은 여기니까 이렇게 움직여서 여기로 점프. 한 번 더. 한 번 더가 아니지, 여러 번이지. 홀리마 볼라이. 해적 나올 것 같은데, 해적? 다시. 아이, 정말. 볼라이. 점프.
I apologize for coming over this emergency channel, but we are in need of assistance concerning the large ship in orbit, and we value discretion in this matter.
알았어. 입 다물어 줄게. 오호. 그럼 또 움직여서 또. 다시. 올림푸스로 가서. 아니다. 바로 가면 되는데. 바로 갈 수 있었는데. 바로 갈 수 있었구만. 자, 스콜피어스와 교감하기. 응? 스콜피어스와 교감하기가 여기야? 캠블가. 근데 스콜피어스가 어디야? 뭐야? 이게 아니야? 스콜피어스와 교감. 오볼륨 3 대시 C. 에? 여기로 가라는 건가? 응? 이렇게 돼 있는데? 여긴데? 오볼륨 C. 상륙 목표 설정. 진로 설정. 에? 이것도 안 돼? 빠른 이동이 안 된다는 거야, 지금? 패스트 트래블이 안 돼? 그러면은 수호자 아킬레스가 진정한 의미를 찾기 위해 보낸 뭔 소리야. 일단 1번. 그러면 안전을 보장한 두 번째 스타브는 누구지? 평화 협상? 스타브는 전쟁을 하고 있었나? 좋아. 멀리 도킹하면 된다는 거지? 쭉 도킹 X. 대체 뭐 하는 것들이야?
remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
좋아. 우린 대화를 요구했지만 당신들에게 공격당했습니다. 누구인가? 스타번은 누구인가? 일단 맞다부터.
I don't think your patient counselor act is working on them.
We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
빙빙 돌아다니는 데 대해 배우러 왔어야 뭐야 이게. 그래서 살인은 정당화되지 않는다. 나도 여러 죽였는데?
And who gets to say that? You?
그럼 그래.
Me? The emissary? I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others. Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence.
Enough. We have more to discuss. The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
I will admit, I did not think you would get this far. But then most of the settled systems can be quite confusing to me, still.
이거 뭐야? 이거는 아닌 것 같은데? 이게 무슨 나쁜 농담인가?
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who ran to the Eye. I left you behind to protect the artifacts, and the hunter killed you.
One of me, at least.
설마.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It is how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
개나소나 멀티 유니버스냐? 직접 확인해보고 싶다.
And that is the problem. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done. countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
응? 아니, 같은 인물의 다른 버전인가?
You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks. To give up. To appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far, not in all the universes I have seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
응? 친구를 죽인 자는 덮지 않는다. 두 사람 사이에 어떤 싸움이 있더라도 관여하고 싶지 않다. 일단 둘 중 하나를 더 아티팩트를 접해서 들어갈 수 있는 거야?
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
이건 뭐 당연한 거 아니야? 일단은 먼저 뭔가 갈리는 거니까 당연한 이쪽이지. 넌 재수 없어 왠지. 뭐 썸녀랑 똑같아 생긴 게. 근데 벌써 다른 썸녀 생겼는데? 에라이?
I know we're not the same people we met in our universes.
Still,
it's good to see you again, old friend.
첫 번째 세계라고? 첫 번째 세계에 나는 어떤 사람이었나?
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version. But so much of you stays the same. It is hard, but each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me.
그러면 유물이 악용되지 않도록 보호하려는 건가?
You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever is in their way.
뭐뭐란 도대체 무엇일까?
When all of the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the Armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
스타본이 된다고? 그러면은 멀티버스 사이들 마음대로 오가고 뭐 이런 건가?
It is not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you, offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that is why it offers the choice. Compassion, or is it testing us?
일단은 둘하고 이야기를 다 해봐야 되나? 이렇게 해서 이렇게 들어가는 거구나. 아닌가? 맞나? 아닌가? 어디 보자. 옵션이 또 있네. 사냥꾼과 대화하기, 에미사리와 대화하기. 대화만 다 해보자. 저장해놓고, 혹시 모르니까 저장은 빨리 해놓고.
You might think the emissary is on your side, But your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. The emissary and their kind only want to control you.
그녀를 위선자라 부르는 이유는?
They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge.
근데 왜 공격해왔냐?
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
누구를 공격한 왜 풀어주었나?
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, packing through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore.
나를 위해 이 회의를 열었나?
No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept attending. And it's a bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
뭐뭐란 무엇이라고 생각하는가? 왜 찾는가? 유니티야. 이게 뭐지? 유물이야.
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
자, 이렇게 해놓고서 다시 저장하고 이 도종석에 앉는 거야? 아, 일일이 앉아서 어떡하라고. 입에는 조정할 수 없습니다. 그래서 너한테 다시 말을 걸면 되는 거야? 응? 없는데? 쏴 죽이면 돼? 그건 아닌 것 같은데? 지금 퀘스트 상에서는 떠나라고 되어 있는데? 스타분과 이야기를 나누면서 유니티가 평행 우주의 입구라는 사실을 알게 되었다. 떠나기 전에 알고 싶은 것을 물어봐야겠다. 떠내면 되는구나. 떠나자. 떠나요. 또 떠나면 되는 건가? 이쪽으로? 들어온 길로? 아닌 것 같은데?
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there that you must discover for yourself.
달로 가라고?
To open the way.
지구의 달? 태양계?
Yes. I will say no more.
오케이.
And I am sorry we have not always been forthcoming. I hope you will see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
삼각제를 나한테 왜 줬니? 달기제 열쇠도 추가가 됐고. 자, 마지막 징후, 숙소로 돌아가기. 자, 그러면은 일단 가지고 있는 것 중에서 자원을 싹 다 집어넣고, 의류, 점프수트 넣고, 가방, 이게 좀 좋은데? 수리, 소지품에서 가방만 별자리용으로 바꿔주고, 얘는 넣어주고, 이제 별자리로 발굴이 있고 마지막 징후가 있네? 일단은 숙소로 돌아가서 유니티에 대해 알게 된 사실을 알려주자. 다중우주의 입구 라고 하는데, 이놈의 다중우주는 요즘 너무 많이 써먹는 그 설정 아닌가?
While we're here, I have something I need to discuss with you.
이따 얘기하자고.
Now that we're here, when you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss. If you need time away from here, I'll understand.
뭐라는 거야?
We'll have to recover in our own way. Thanks for taking time to chat. I really need a friendly ear right about now. I received a message from Constellation, and it's given me a lot to think about.
긴급한 상황이라면 바로 달려갈 수 있다.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just a list of requests, things I would normally handle if I was there. But I'm not. I'm out here instead with you.
그런 메시지가 자주 오는가?
No, it's the first time. But the fact that they're reaching out, well, it's given me a lot to think about.
메시지가 아니라 보낸 의도가 중요할 것 같은데.
Exactly. But let me back up a bit so I can explain. Before I joined Constellation, I served for 8 years as the head of the Navigator Corps, until the UC decided to axe the department.
그것이 메시지에 어떤 관련이 있을까?
If you want to help, I feel like I need to give you some background. Just bear with me.
뭐 어쨌든 그 부서에 있었다면 힘들었을 것 같네.
Yeah, I suppose painful is an appropriate way to put it. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify the spending, and money was tight after the war. Shutdown was inevitable. At the end of the day, I was in charge, so the blame obviously fell on my shoulders.
그럼 멍청한 관료주의가 싫어서 떠났지.
Well, perhaps it was easy for you, but my obligations to the UC didn't allow me to simply pick up and leave. Sorry. Things are tough for me right now, and I need you to listen. You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination, so I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil.
누구보다 열심히 노력했겠지. 좋은 말 해줘야 될 것 같아. 지금 표정이 그래. 뭐라고 하나 하는 그런 표정이야 지금. 공감 하나 안 하나.
That's just it, though. Did I push too hard? Did they shut us down because I wasn't quietly sitting at my desk approving meaningless memos? We'll never know.
적어도 콘스텔레이션은 큰 성공을 거두었다. 이렇게 해줘야 될 것 같은데.
Well, that brings us to this message now, doesn't it? Call it whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but all I want to do is explore, not sit and make sure all the accounts are balanced.
네가 없어서 별자리가 무너질까봐 두려워하는 거구나.
Yes, exactly. If it's obvious to you, imagine how obvious it is to someone like Barrett or Mateo. Oh, they must be itching to replace me by now. God damn it.
뭐야, 이야기해놓고 또 그거냐? 이게 또 일본 해줘야겠네.
God, I'm so sorry.
얘 성격 이상하네.
Trying to help me and I'm yelling at you. You have to understand. Once Aja retired, I lost the only person that gave.
피곤한데. 또 가져야 될 것 같은데 또 나오면 또 눌러줄 수밖에 없어요. 또 이런 건.
Look, it's clear that you have feelings for me. It's just I've never had time for this sort of thing in my life. Please, it's not you. It's me. I'm just not ready to get that close. I can't. Not now. But thank you for being there and listening. It helped. It really did.
누가 뭐래? 그냥 선택지가 있길래 눌러봤어.
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together.
네?
To say goodbye.
아?
You know. To
아.
Andrea.
그래.
Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
5일간 장례식을 기다린다. 야, 전화.
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
그것은 다중우주의 중심이다. 우리는 그곳으로 가는 길을 만들고 있지. 전에 안드레아는 살아있어. 다른 버전이지만 다른 우주에서 온.
What? It can't be.
Our colleague is alive in some alternate dimension? Am I hearing this right?
Let's take a step back. This is everything we've been building towards, and the implications are a lot to take in. Could you explain the part about multiple universes one more time for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
또 다른 버전의 안드레아를 만났다가 스타본을 만들었고 스타본은 다른 우주로 갈 수 있다고 한다.
that's why the Starborn want the artifacts so desperately. They're the keys to unlocking the infinite.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
이것이 무엇을 의미하는지 함께 좀 생각해보지.
You're right. This is a lot to take in.
Take some time to process, everyone. We finally have some answers. Now we need to figure out what to do with them.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
마지막 징후. 블레드 미러와 대화하기. 이건 다 된 건가 그럼? 메인에서 발굴. 마지막 징후. 헤아릴 수 없는 추모. 마지막 징후. 뭔 징후라는 거지?
These last glimpses from the eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn.
아직 유물이 준비되지 않았다가 뭔 소리지?
Time in Home's cradle's not a bad idea these days.
아, 왠지 거의 끝으로 오는 것 같은데. 그러니까 말 그대로 마지막 징후니까 여기 아마 마지막 퀘스트 같죠? 여기 달에 가봐야 되고 여기 정례식 가봐야 되고 이외에 보면은 기타 미션에 유물과 관련되어 있는 또 것들이 쭉 있으니까 요것들을 좀 찾아서 유물을 다 모으고 이런 식으로 진행을 해야지 뭐 트루 엔딩? 아니 뭐 이런 게 나오지 않을까 싶네요. 어쨌든 일단은 기타부터 돌고 나서 메인을 진행시켜야 될 것 같네. 헤아리 섬 추모는 시간을 못 내고 5일간 그 다음에 진행하면 될 것 같고 그런 식으로 가면 될 것 같네요.